Today we're going to learn about chapter 6, angles and tangents of circles, part 1. Alright, first of all, we try to flash back all the terms that you have to familiar with when we go through with this chapter. Okay, chord, a diameter, radius, center of circle, circumference, major arc, major sector, minor sector, and minor arc. Okay, look at this diagram. PQ and QR, they are chords, and arc P and R. Okay, so we can see here angle PQR is the angle at the circumference of the circle subtended by the arc PR. Okay, angle at the circumference. So this is the first property. Okay, now look at the second diagram. QPR and angle QSR. So you can see that these two, they are angles at the circumference. Okay, how about angle PQS and angle PRS? They are also angles at the circumference. Okay, the first one, angle PQS, and PRS, these are two angles using arc PS, right? So you can see that PS is the major arc. Okay, so these two angles, angle Q and angle R, they are two angles at the circumference using the same arc PS. Okay, the next one, angle QPS and angle QSR. They are angles at the circumference of the circle subtended by minor arc QR, meaning they are using these 2 points on the circumference to get angle QPR and QSR. Okay, so now you can see that all these angles, angle E, C, D and F, they are using the same arc, which is arc AB. Okay, so therefore all these angles, they will have the same size or the same value. Alright. Okay, next we go to with the example. Example 1. Okay, angle DAC and DBC. Okay, DAC and DBC, they are using the same arc DC, right? So angle X is equals to 40 degrees. Alright. Example 2. Given X as the one that we're going to calculate, and there are two angles here, one at the circumference and the other one is 70 degrees. Okay, so you can see here angle 55 and this angle, they are using the same arc, right? So this arc and here given 55, so what is the value of this angle? So you're gonna have 55, right? Because they are using the same arc. Okay, now we're going to calculate the value of x. X 55 and this angle, they are in one triangle, right? Okay, one triangle is equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, you have to search for angle 180 minus by 70. So you're gonna have the value of this angle. Okay, because this is one straight line. So if here 110, here is 55, can you find out what is your x? Okay, so your x is equals to 15 degrees. Okay. The next property, angles at the circumference subtended by arcs of the same length are equal. Okay, we do it slowly. Angles at the circumference. So PRQ and STU, they are angles at the circumference. Okay. Okay, you can see here PQ and SU, they are the same length, right? Okay, so if this arc, both arcs are equal length, meaning these two angles also the same size. So arc of length or arc length PQ equals to arc length SU, meaning angle PRQ and angle STU will be the same size, right? So the same thing here, these two angles or two angles at the circumference, they will have the same size because that arc is equal. Okay, next one, size of an angle at the circumference subtended by an arc is proportional to the arc length. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, remember the word proportional. Okay, you can see here PR and SU. If this is Y, this is 3Y. This is 3x and here is x. You can see that these two angles and two arcs, they are proportional to the arc, right? They are proportional, right? Okay, so we try to go through with all the example here. The first example, calculate the value of z. Okay, given to you this arc 2.8, we're going to figure out what is z. Okay, given here both angle is equals to 19. So what does it mean? Meaning both arc will have the same length. So your z is equals to 2.8 centimeters. Alright. The next one, given to you the length of both arcs is equals, they are equals to 5 centimeters. We're going to find out the value of z. So you'll have z equals to 30 degrees. Okay, the next example, calculate the value of z. Okay, so now you can see that this arc and this arc, they are proportional. Okay, so if given here 50 degrees for 6 cm, z, find out the z if this arc given the length is 3 cm. Okay, So as usual, Z over 50 degrees is equals to 3 cm over 6 centimeters because they are proportional, and simplified it, you're gonna have your Z equals to 25 degrees. Okay. The third property, now given LOM. Okay, you can see here LOM is an angle subtended by arc at the center of the circle, and LKM is angle subtended by an arc at the circumference. So one at the circumference, the other one at the center, but both angle, they are using the same arc of LM, right? So what is the relation? Okay, now I want you to analyze these two diagrams. What can you say about the angle at the center and the angle at the circumference? Can you get the answer? Okay. Is it correct with what you think of? Alright, size of the angle at the center subtended by an arc. Okay. So this is the size of the center. Size of the angle at the center of the circle, right? Okay, is equals to 2 times size at the circumference subtended by the same arc. Okay, this is the angle at the circumference. Okay, so 2 times angle at the circumference is equals to angle at the center. Can you understand with it? So for example here, 63 times 2 is 126, right? So you're gonna have size of angle at the center. Okay, so the same thing here. 41 times 2 is equals to angle at the center. Okay. So this is the conclusion. Angle at the center, AOC, is equals to 2 times angle at the circumference. Alright? Okay, now we go through with the example. Calculate the value of x. Okay? So y you have to multiply by 2 because x is at the center, right? So 40 degrees times 2, you're gonna have your x 80 degrees. Easy, right? Okay, the second example. Still we have to calculate the value of x. Okay. Now, analyze the diagram. These are the arcs that been using for these two angles, one at the center and one at the circumference. So meaning we have to find out these two angles first. Okay, what is the value of O? Okay, so we're gonna have O is, or angle at the center, is equals to 70 multiplied by 2 is equals to 140 degrees. So that is the angle that you're going to search first. Okay, and what is our next step to find the value of x? Okay, now one circle is equals to 360 degrees. So we only want x. So x is covered from here. So this is the angle of x. And now, just now, This one is 140 degrees, right? So x is equals to 360 minus 40. You're going to have x 220 degrees. Okay, class? Okay, we'll continue our next part 2 angles later. Thank you.